Today I have the Thrunite Archer Pro V2, and I would say this is more updated as opposed to upgraded from the V1, and we'll talk about the differences between this and the original version in a little bit after we get through the basics on this one. But as a general idea, you can see it as a very nice palm-sized light. It has a rechargeable battery that is not removable, but if it was a removable, replaceable light, I would say this is a AA battery size light, and you can see it fits very nicely in the palm of your hand. So a great sized EDC light, and it costs only $25. This one is red, and it does come in several other colors: orange, blue, green, and black. So take your choosing there. And then the LED up in the front here comes in both a cool white and a neutral white. So there are some options for that there as well. The other basics of this has a maximum output of 950 lumens. Up in the front there, it has a PMMA TIR lens, so PMMA, polymethyl methylacrylate, which is the reflective surface of the lens, and then TIR as opposed to a regular LED with an orange peel or a reflector. Looking at the basic construction of the light here on the back, there's the tail button. That is not removable. That's the only button on the light. Moving forward of that is the pocket clip. Now, this is my really only big issue with this light, is this pocket clip design. It is bi-directional, as you can see, but my two issues with it are that the front of the clip here is not great for easily fitting into pants. As an example, when you try and put it into pants, because the front of the clip is just kind of straight there, I'll show you what I mean by that, it does not easily go into a pair of pants. By contrast, a better design is the one on this Olight, where you can see that the front of the clip there is angled upwards just a little bit, compared to that really just straight design on the Thrunite. And so this Olight very easily slides into a pair of pants. My other issue with the pocket clip is that this upper portion right here is very narrow. So once you get it into a pocket, which you have to do by lifting it up, once you get to that upper portion, it's only going to go to right there because that upper part is too narrow. And these are pretty thin pair of pants. These are a pair of 511 shorts, and so it's not very thick material, so it's not going to go all the way in, again, as compared to this Olight, which easily goes in and then slides up to the top, no problem. So I think the pocket clip could be a little bit better. Unless you're putting this into a pair of dress pants, it's going to be a bit challenging with that pocket clip, but with a little bit of work, you can lift it up, and it does have the bi-directional design. There's some knurling right here, you can see, just wraps right around. Forward to that, the Thrunite logo with model name on the other side, serial number, a little bit of, I'm not even sure I would call this a heat sink here, but I think it's more of a design feature because you're not going to get that much cooling with this, and the light does get fairly warm if you leave it on high for a long time. And then up in the front there, that PMMA TIR lens. It has USB-C charging. You unscrew this, and right there is the USB-C charging. It does come with an included USB-C cable. So USB-A to USB-C right in there, which is very nice. Also comes with the standard Thrunite box. And of course, the instruction manual, which you can check out or just, heck, watch this video. So that's the charging. The battery is not removable or replaceable. The light itself is sealed. There's nothing else that you can take apart. It's just this, unscrew this, charge the light, and then screw it back down. And it does have IPX8 rating, so it's going to be plenty waterproof, water resistant for, almost anything you're going to do with it. The user interface on this is a little bit different than most lights because this has a stepless user interface. And the way it works is there is the one tail button on the back here. Like many other lights, if you long press it, it does come onto a moonlight mode of 0.5 lumens for 15 days, and you can turn it off. It has a lockout mode, so when it is in that moonlight, if you hold down the button for a couple seconds, it will flash, and the light is now locked out so that you can't turn it back on. So if you're concerned where you might put this, you can lock it out. To get it out of lockout mode, you hold it down again, and it flashes, and you're now out of the lockout mode. Otherwise, the user interface has a infinite ramping type design. So you turn it on, it does have mode memory. In this case, I have it on the low, which is 13 lumens, and then you hold it down and it will ramp up. When it gets to the top of that ramping, it will flash to signal that it's at the top. That is 430 lumens. It will do for 4 minutes and then ramp down to 190 lumens for 140 minutes. You can then hold it back down, and it goes back down to the bottom. Again, at the bottom it will flash to signal you that it's there. Or you can ramp it up and leave it anywhere in the middle, turn it off, and it has the mode memory for wherever you turn it off. You can then double click from any mode to get to the turbo, which is 950 lumens that it will do for 70 seconds. And then off, back on to whatever the mode memory is other than the turbo or the strobe. To get to the strobe, it's a triple click and off. When this is on full brightness, if you leave that on for a while, the light does tend to get warm, especially up in the head. So that is something to note, but you're probably not going to be using a light of this size on that turbo for that long. If you're going to be somewhere where you need that type of thing, you probably need to carry a bigger light, but this is more of an EDC light that you're going to use for small, simple stuff. This is not the light to take camping and hiking for long periods of time. Not the intended use of this light. Some people like that ramping interface, some people don't. I am just so used to ones that you just click through and you go kind of low, medium, high. I don't dislike it, I don't know. It would take some getting used to for me to carry this as an EDC light. But otherwise, I mean, it is fairly simple to use if you need to be that precise with your brightness. Now, comparing the V2 to the V1, or really just the original Archer Pro, is that the lights are essentially the exact same size, same form features, same pocket clip, everything like that. But up on the front here, the LED is different. This has the TIR lens, whereas the original one has a regular LED with an orange peel reflector, and that difference affects the output of this light. The version 2, while dimmer at 950 lumens, throws 187 meters rated, and the version 1, because it has that orange peel reflector, has a more diffuse beam and is only going to throw 134 meters. So again, one is not necessarily better over the other. It just depends on what you're looking for. You want a broad beam or a focus beam. Again, this is not a searchlight. Yes, you can get some reasonable, decent distance with it for a light of this size, but I think it really just depends on the beam profile that you're looking for between the two. Otherwise, they are fairly similar. Same size, same weight, same cost, all that stuff. Just a little mostly different output with the LED up there in the front, so take your choice. So there you go, the Thrunite Archer Pro V2. Nicely priced, nicely sized, affordable EDC light. Great for everyday stuff. Choose your color, choose your LED temperature, and I will put some links down below to the original Archer Pro or the new version 2, and you can take your choice of those. And again, always appreciate you watching. I'll catch you next time.